I know. Put that down, please. Greetings. Yes, this one has it. Welcome in. Welcome in. Happy Sunday, y'all. I know it's late, but that's how you can move when you not on nobody else's time. I am just bringing us in with some sage, y'all, to cleanse us energetically, electronically, virtually. I am Simone the Shepherdess, and I was taught that when you get, you give. When you learn, you teach. I'm here to preach, and y'all finna get this word. So on Sundays, we like to, it look like lipstick was on my teeth, indulge in, I've been saying we like to indulge. That's what we're doing with these meditative practices. We're indulging in them, enjoying them, benefiting from them. Sound therapy. So today I am going to give us a small sound therapy session utilizing our chime bells. Yes, it's all ours. So I wanted to give some benefits of the chime before we begin. First and foremost, the chime is over 3,000 years old. I know it's over 3,000 years old. I read an article today, and it mentioned it being about 3,000 years old, but I know that people were probably utilizing it before that, and they just haven't discovered that information yet. But some of the benefits of listening to chimes or playing them or wind chimes, they help reduce anger and anxiety, helps to minimize stress. Whenever I feel myself like being triggered or needing to center myself, ground myself, bring myself back to the present moment, I get my chime and I just start beating out of it until the noise kind of like quiets my mind. It soothes you and provides a sense of peace. It helps to remove negative energy. And I read today that wind chimes in particular are used in feng shui to, they believe, help center your chi. And we know in feng shui, chi is your life force. So yeah, let's get into that. I'm gonna do, since we are on the heart chakra, I'm gonna do 40 chimes. Dang, I meant to bring my rose in here. I'm gonna do lotus again, y'all, because I'm blooming from the mud, literally and figuratively. And of course, my motivate is always near. So before we begin, let's take 4 deep breaths to center ourselves in this present moment. We're going to slowly inhale through our nose, hold it for about 3 to 5 seconds, and let it flow from your mouth. And when we are doing these deep breaths, keep in mind that we should be ensuring that we are filling up the capacity of our lungs when we are inhaling, and ensuring that we are removing all of the air from our lungs when we are exhaling. Ajay. Let us begin. Yeah, what you doing? Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. How you feeling? Moving all that tension out my shoulders. Okay, so the journal prompt for today is, in what areas of life do you fear intimacy and why? So for me, it's twofold. We know that intimacy has two definitions. You can have like an intimate setting. So intimacy meaning closeness or vicinity of someone. So you can be in an intimate relationship in your friendship because they know a side of you that your coworkers won't know. You can be in an intimate relationship with your spouse. But then also intimacy in regards to an intimate act. So sexual intercourse or kissing someone, cuddling with someone, like that's an intimate act. So again, in what areas of life do you fear intimacy and why? Right off the bat, so two things for me. The first one is relationship wise, I fear like friendships, getting close to people again. Why? Because I've been crossed so many times by so many people. Most recently falling out with, it wasn't really even a falling out because I know it was aligned and it was time, but with someone that I had known since I was in middle school. And I hypothesized that if you fall out with somebody that you've known that long and it ain't over no money, it ain't over no nigga, no female, like you ain't really did nothing to that person been a hater. that person been had a jealousy spirit or energy towards you. They envy you. But that's just my hypothesis. Like, so getting close to people platonically in like friendships or even associates, co-workers too. I have been transparent with co-workers and they've gone and stabbed me in the back. I have fed co-workers because if I align you with an opportunity or I pay you for some type of job, that's me feeding you. That have crossed me. Like, so based off of those past experiences, I am a little timid in regards to allowing people to align with me, because it's like, what's your motive, what you want, and is it genuine? Like, what's your intention? Then the other side, the second part of my answer would be that, and this gonna sound crazy because I know yesterday I was like, physical touch is, well, I told y'all I'm all 5 love languages, but I was like sexual intercourse, I feel like I have a high sex drive, even though, shout out to me, I just celebrated my 2-year celibacy anniversary, so pat on the back to me for that. But I cannot envision myself having sex with anybody. So yes, I'm trying to align with my divine counterpart. Yes, I feel that I have a high sex drive. When I allow that person, within that space, whoever that person might end up being, I hate when I have this pen in my hand and I be clicking it and I be talking to y'all, so forgive me. Yeah, I cannot envision like being sexually active with somebody. And why? Because I was with somebody for 3.5 years and I had no idea they was cheating on me. Like, so to have had someone to be entering someone else while simultaneously being in a relationship with me, like, I felt betrayed on so many levels, because it's like, leave me, give me an option. Be like, Simone, this is not for me. This is what I'm seeking. This is what I want instead. And give me the option of saying, okay, well, that's fine. I'll let you do what you want to do. Or, no, that doesn't work for me. And I think that is the thing that gets me with people who cheat. It's like and I hate using the example of you want your cake and eat it too, but we know everybody can understand that analogy because it's been around so long. But basically, you're being selfish. Like, you want me and you want to still do what you want to do. You want the comfort of what I offer and you want to continue offering yourself to others. So I'm like, the next person that comes to my life, like, again, I've been celibate for 2 years, so I'm already like, I can't see myself having sex until I'm married. But then on the flip side, I'm like, I gotta at least know if it's good before I'm gonna commit my life to y'all. That's funny, but no, those are fucking facts. Yeah, so the next nigga that come in gonna really have to do some abracadabra for me to get him this cadaver. I'm just playing. Yeah, so in what areas of your life do you fear intimacy and why? So y'all know today we had the new moon in Gemini. I think it was at 12:36 this morning Eastern time. So new moons are a time of new beginnings. However, we know in order for there to be a new beginning, there has to be an ending. Like, you have to be able to make space for that new beginning, or that new mindset, or that new project, that new manifestation, that new idea. You have to release something in order for you to align with receiving something. The new moons also align with reflection. You need to sit down with yourself and reflect on what's no longer serving you. What do I need to release in order for me to align with that new beginning? Reflect on, have I been optimistic or pessimistic? Have I been aligning with people, places, and opportunities that serve me and fill me up? Or have those things been depleting me? Aligning with a new perspective is also the theme of this new moon. when it comes to new perspectives, it's basically like stepping outside of your box, your reality, what's currently going on, and looking at it from multiple angles, because it's never one-sided. No, you can't. There's no taking the wrong path, but you can always align with a new perspective. Okay, well, that was my habit or my thought pattern initially, but now, since I reflected and sat with myself, this is what I have deduced that I need to release, and so I can align with this new idea, or again, new perspective, or optimism. Like, okay, I have been a little Debbie Downerish. How can I reflect on that and change my mindset so I can align with what I actually want, so I can manifest things that will actually benefit me? So I am going to, instead of me letting these cards jump out, because y'all know I like my cards to jump out, I call it the Tarot Shuffle. I want to see what the new moon in Gemini says. I guess I could already have this out. New moon in Gemini. Communication is key. The divine is saying that's something that we need to be reflecting on right now. Communication is key. How are you communicating? Are you communicating? We know we discussed that in order to be an effective communicator, you have to have impeccable listening skills. There's no way that I can communicate with you if I can't hear you. Let's dive deep. Let's see what this card about. New moon in Gemini 16. New moon in Gemini. Communication is key. A successful relationship usually comes down to one thing: communication. And the new moon in Gemini card is all about the start of a new cycle for communicating with the person at the center of your question. Talking things through is the answer to whatever it is you're asking about. If you can't talk to that person, you can journal about it to yourself. Emails, text messages, and all other forms of communication will also help you now. If the issue you're asking about concerns a sibling or a neighbor, there's a new start coming. A time to wipe the slate clean and start over. This card could also suggest you've been too frivolous lately and need to get grounded again. But most importantly, drawing this card emphasizes the need to communicate. Attune to the moon. Write a list of all the people you love the most and see if you're prioritizing them. See if they're prioritizing you. Additional meanings for this card include time to tell someone how you really feel. Don't be all in your head and not in your heart. Someone is flirting with you and you need to read more books. The teaching this new moon in Gemini brings is Gemini is the sign of communication and socializing, of ideas and travel, and the energy around it. And around this card, no matter when you pull it, is speedy, gossipy, and flirtatious. The new moon in Gemini is a wonderful time to get out and socialize. Gemini loves a chat. One thing to be aware of is that this card can also indicate being mentally scattered. Daily meditations will help to unscramble crossed wires in your brain. We've been getting the message of incorporating a meditative practice a lot, so I hope y'all are listening and actually doing, versus telling yourself you will do. It's time to do. Okay, so today, let me move you over here a little, baby. I am pulling, how many cards I said I was going to pull? I'm going to do what crystal the universe thinks we should be working with within this new moon or this new season or starting moving forward. What herb we should be working with, and a hindsight message. I'm going to start with the hindsight message. One jumped out of there. It says, clip your wings so a new set of wings can grow, baby. This new moon is coming in and telling us to release everything because everything. Excuse me, big guy. Shh. And what you doing with that pencil? Are you writing? And what? Huh? Get this. Yeah, and stop just walking around with it. Go practice writing the letter C or something. Go draw a picture or something. No, thank you. Thank you. It says, your old ways may not serve you in this new space. There are new heights to see, new views that stretch over the sea, a new way to simply be. Clip your wings so a new set of wings can grow. Shay, spirit is clear. Clip your wings so a new set of wings can grow. You got to be able to let go. Okay, so what herb should we be working with? I mean, no, I'm pulling a crystal. What crystal should we be working with? Spirits. And then, yeah. I think this is Vanadinite. Vanadinite. That's interesting. I think I have seen this before. Or one similar Vanadinite. It says, what is it? Playful, geometric, and fiery. Vanadinite, a mining byproduct often sourced from America's Southwest, forms in orange to red hexagonal shaped crystals when lead or oxidizes. When lead ore oxidizes, O-R-E. So I guess ore is some type of, when lead ore, so maybe some type of residue from lead, maybe. Who needs it? Those lacking self-discipline. This would definitely come in handy, because if we are reflecting on what's no longer serving us, then it might be time for us to sit with ourselves and figure out how we are no longer serving us. How are you no longer serving you? What do you need to incorporate within this new season to help you be more disciplined, to help you be more productive? Where to put it, Vanadinite has a high lead content, so definitely not in your mouth. When to use it? When it's time to live in the moment, when you are the prime audience for a motivational speech, whether it's hard work, making art, or just a blissed out moment free from the mind's ongoing commentary. An energizing meditation with Vanadinite can help knock down whatever stands between you and your happy place. Affirm. Break through your big blocks. I like that. I might have to invest in it. Vanadinite. Okay, let's see what herb the universe thinks we should be working with. I didn't even get a shuffle, y'all. Let me get a shuffle in first. Give me a shuffle. Spirits. I'm gonna do the two that fell over, y'all. I'm gonna listen and do 12. 3 fell over. Okay, I'm gonna do the 3. So I'm gonna do them in order. The first one that came out is Shishandra Grace. Shishandra. I ain't never heard of this. Well, let's dive deep. First of all, let's look at this card and observe what we see, y'all. She got the 2 cups. Lisa is giving me 2 of cups energy, so a love offering could be coming in. You could be offering love to yourself, because when you release things that aren't serving you and set boundaries, that's self-love. We got the clouds in here, so I'm getting water energy, air energy. Look at the swans. Okay, let's see. Shishandra Grace. I don't know if it's Sandra or Sandra. Shishandra. Shishandra. Inner beauty, inspirations, euphoria, visions, supernatural powers, and synergy. In traditional Chinese medicine, flavors are seen as energetic symbols within a plant, demonstrating its distinct healing traits. Oh, this is a berry. Okay. I mean, I still don't know what it is, but okay. Shisandra berry contains all 5 flavors: sweet, bitter, salty, sour, and pungent. I want to find this. Directly signaling its all-encompassing and highly medicinal nature and earning the name Wu Weizi, or 5-flavored berry. Perfectly yin-yang balanced, Sisandra nurtures all 5 elements: wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. And enters all 12 energy channels or meridians of the human body. As a symbol of longevity and beauty, even suggesting the ability to attain immortality, Shisandra is pictured often in ancient Chinese art. Considered a panacea, it increases energy, prolongs life without aging, benefits the mind, supports the eyes, acts as an anti-inflammatory, helps against radiation, protects from nervous system toxicity, cleanses heavy metal toxicity, supports adrenal function, supports the lungs, benefits sexual function, balances hormones, and protects the skin. Y'all, we need to get some of this. Sisandra is ruled by Jupiter, and it has an all-encompassing, longevity enhancing, and expansive medicinal nature. The way it embraces all 5 elements, all 12 energetic channels, and all flavors, provides longevity to every organ system and harmonizes all polarities, while also a signature of Venus. Guidance. Like the Temperance card in Tarot, you know what? This is giving Temperance energy. This is definitely giving Temperance energy. Yeah. The goddess holds a cup of water representing the subconscious as she crosses over a stream of water representing the conscious mind. Shisandra's medicine teaches us about the high alchemy of beauty, grace, and the harmony of dualities. Swan is here today to remind you of the supernatural powers that you have within. Don't deny your innate and intuitive mastery. Follow your visions and pay close attention to the subtle language in your body and surroundings. If you feel out of orbit or aloof, make time to ground. Grounding will only facilitate your development to a higher consciousness. So ensuring that you are grounded ensures that you are developing, that you're growing spiritually, mentally, emotionally. Okay, the next one that came out was Cannabis Detachment. So the first one was Grace. The next one is Detachment. Ooh, and the number 31 is here. That's one of my numbers for the year, 31 and 13. My oldest son turned 13 this year. I turned 31.
Mommy?
Yes?
My brother didn't wipe him.
Quentin asked you to come here and ask me if I wipe him.
Yeah.
Tell him to do it. Tell him to wipe him.
Okay.
31. Cannabis. Detachment. Some keywords that are associated with this card include detachment, deep contemplation, freedom from pain, body, inner calm, and immunity. Cannabis is one of the oldest known psychotropic herbs. The first recorded use of cannabis is from 8000 BC in an ancient village in Taiwan, where indigenous groups used hemp fibers in their fabrics, pottery, rope, and even their shoes, not relying on animal skins or even silk for clothing. In 4000 BC, in the Chinese village of Panpo, hemp was considered to be one of the 5 grains of China and thus a major food crop. In the Chinese Materia Medica from 2737 BC, Hemp was recognized for its ability to treat over 100 medical issues, including gout, malaria, and rheumatism. The medicinal use of marijuana features heavily in Hindu religious texts. In the Vedas, for example, written between 2000 BC and 1400 BC, cannabis was considered a sacrament of Shiva, described as a source of happiness, a joy giver, and a bringer of freedom that was compassionately given to humans by the gods to relieve them of anxiety and help them achieve delight as well as fearlessness. That's funny, because we know it's some religions out there like that's the devil's lettuce. Cannabis's many uses fall mostly under Saturn and Neptune's rulership with a strong Piscean undertone. Since it is a musculoskeletal relaxant, anti-inflammatory, and pain reliever, it is a great ally for those seeking to soften the rough edges of Saturn's impact. Its mood-enhancing, anti-anxiety, anti-inflammatory, and psychotropic properties belong to the realms of Neptune and therefore Pisces. Guidance. Saturn is said to be the lord of time and space, the lord of karma. Although often called the Great Malefic, Saturn is much more than what we experience in third-dimensional reality. The space-time continuum is a system that encompasses third-dimensional reality, as we know it, said to be ruled by Saturn. Yet the transcendence of this reality is freedom from Saturn, depicted by its polarity. This is the second card we didn't have to come out that's mentioned polarity. Neptune. When the angels of time and space are respected, they bless us with freedom and the ability to transcend the cycles of the pain body. If you feel restless, anxious, trapped in your own body, or have trouble sleeping, cannabis is here to remind you to cultivate inner calm. Breathe deeply, go for a walk in nature, immerse yourself in meditation, take naps, and creatively cultivate practices that soften the unsettled aspects of your being. Don't succumb to quick fix solutions when it comes to decomposing or decompressing, not decomposing, as it often leads to self-neglect and disassociation. Let me give y'all that again. Don't succumb to quick fix solutions when it comes to decompressing, as it often leads to self-neglect and disassociation. Tune deeply into the energetics of this ancient ally and learn to transcend the cycles of self-induced pain. Well, we know cannabis is readily available, unless you're looking for a club. Yeah, don't succumb to quick fix solutions when it comes to decompressing. So what does that mean? Like, that's why I get on here every day and like meditate first, because first and foremost, I want you to be centered and I want you to be aware and accountable. So I do an entire meditation with you versus just telling you what to do. I want us to do it together. I want us to transcend together. So when you are in those moments of ungroundedness, of anxiety, anger, being triggered, cloudedness in your mind, take as much time as you need versus trying to align with some type of quick fix, because somewhere you're going to be lacking or suffering. You gonna meditate for just 30 seconds and it's like, damn, if I did it for 5 minutes, I would have calmed down enough to come up with a positive resolution versus being desperate for it to be over with. A quickness or something. Slow down. The last one that came out is Kava Kava, and this is community. Look at the roots. Look at the roots, letting us know you need to do the root work. There is no plant without the roots. There is no fruit without the roots. Let's see what Kava Kava is about. Kava Kava community. Keywords correlated to this card include celebration, kinship with tribe, community, friendship, union, finding your chosen family. Kava in Tongan means bitter, and in Hawaiian it's called awa. Legend has it that kava was brought over to the islands by the gods Cain and Kanaloa from their ancestral Polynesia. Kava was known as the drink of the gods and honored across the Pacific Islands. Kava is believed to first have originated in northern Vanuatu thousands of years ago. Considering the plant lacks seeds or a means to self-propagate, it is believed that it was tended to by the gods until the first indigenous people arrived. Kava tea was regarded as a blessing and poured onto shrines, then later drunk by the kahuna, or spiritual leader of the ceremony. It was considered holy and only given to those of high rank, but eventually it became more widely accessible, and to this day it is drunk in ceremony to bring the community together. Sometimes called the intoxicating pepper, the effects of kava are a curious combination of deep relaxation alongside stimulation to the central nervous system. Kava is relaxing to muscles and dampens pain while increasing the flow of thoughts. Kava can greatly increase mental clarity, ease depression, confusion, and sorrow, and sharpen your intuition. Kava directly affects the limbic system, the control center of our emotions, just as the moon does. Wow. Plutonian herbs like kava cause deep transformation in our emotional mind. The energy of Pluto is that of regeneration, allowing us to decompress from accumulated emotions through the volcanic power of catharsis. Guidance. Kava's energy moves through our nervous system like a butterfly, relaxing, widening, and assisting us in surrendering. Although you might be amid an important moment in your life, remember that you don't have to do it alone. When you widen your circles intentionally, you receive support from the universe and others to join you on a path. To fully draw upon butterfly's medicine, it gently invites us to observe our position in the community in this moment. Are you a protector, creator, connector, or visionary? And how does that correlate this moment in your life alongside your personal evolution? Egg, caterpillar, cocoon, or butterfly? Oftentimes, finding your purpose within your community and the parallels with your inner journey can provide great relief and meaning. What does that mean? What do you offer your community? And this is nothing outside of you. You, just as you are, what do you bring to the table within your community? Y'all, this card was for me, because y'all know I got in here talking about, with the journal prompt, how I am fearful of aligning with friendships, platonic friendships. So this definitely came out. Like, you have to be intentional about aligning with the right people, because there are always red flags. Are those friends checking on you? Are those friends empathetic with you, showing up for you? Vice versa. Are you doing that for your friends? Are you doing for your friends the way that you would want them to do for you? So spirit is being clear, y'all. The herbs that we need to work with moving forward: cannabis, shisandra, and kava. Mentally, what do we need to release in order for us to receive? No, actually, all of these, I don't think this is anything about releasing. I think these are all things that we need to align with. We need to align with detachment. With detaching, rather. Figuring out if that person, place, or thing is serving you. And if it's not, releasing it in order for you to align with receiving something in its place, something better, something that's going to be more beneficial. So do you stay attached to things that are hindering you, that are hurting you? We need to align with grace, incorporating those self-care practices. I told y'all, as we are reflecting, utilizing this new moon in Gemini energy and deducing what we need to rid ourselves of, we need to I have not be talking and I just get a blank. As we are reflecting on who is no longer serving us and why they're no longer serving us, and being accountable for releasing them, not being resentful or attaching ourselves to them, like, no, they don't really mean it. No, that's not their true intentions, and they continue to show you who they are. But self-care and self-love is releasing those people and then enforcing those boundaries. No, you deplete me versus adding to me. You depreciate me versus you appreciating me. And then lastly, being open to intentionally aligning with your community, your soul tribe. Once you get rid of the people that haven't been adding value, being intentional about aligning with the people and being open enough to align with new people. We know that's one of my struggles. That will help propel you, that are on the same journey as you spiritually, vibrationally. We know that us as people in general are communal people. It takes a tribe, literally, because if I can do math, you can do science, social studies, you have history, or you know science, and we all come together. We not all, trying to do the same thing. We all play our role. We all have a part, and then when we come together, we can bring everything that we offer and make something larger. The crystal that we need to start working with is the Vanadinite. And the message: clip your wings so a new set of wings can grow. Clip your wings so a new set of wings can grow. Are you open to letting go? I hope this message added value. I am Simone, Shepherdess, and I was taught that when you get, you give. When you learn, you teach. I'm here to preach, and y'all finna get this word. Oh, before I close out, because I know y'all was like, I thought you said you weren't going to be on Instagram no more. But YouTube got my ass. I don't even know why I had an option to go live from my phone if I can't go live from my phone, since I don't have obviously enough followers. Because when I tried to go live on there today, it said something like, unfortunately, you don't qualify to go live from your mobile device, but I can go live from a computer. And I don't really have the energy to set all that up. So in the meantime, I'm gonna see if Instagram gonna keep fucking up or not. I guess I'm gonna just keep doing what I've been doing. Have a beautiful Sunday, and I'll see you tomorrow when we continue to dive deep within our heart chakra. And I'm gonna go through the 5 love languages for children starting tomorrow. Have a beautiful Sunday.